near the buildings, all is light and heat. Time to take a stand, boys, time to make a choice. Time to find our courage, time to be deployed. Make our only stand here, make our roads complete. All we waited for now, past and future meet. Get your weapons ready, kiss loved ones goodbye. Now our time is coming, and it is not the time to cry. Hopelessly outnumbered, it's tragic but it's true. Make your last formation, take the final road. Now it's time for endings, now it's time to go. Fight the war. Oh, fight the war. Fight the war.
Hello, wonderful people. How's everyone doing tonight? Hello, Splatter. Hey, what's up, Mole? Hey, Burner. You guys, of course. What's going on, everyone? It is good to see everyone. I'm just putting up a, seeing if I can pull up a little nice music for story time. Let's see, background music. RPG soundtrack. I don't know that the Super Mario RPG is exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, I know what I can do. I'll go to one of my tried and true ones, one of my favorites. Yes, it was Splatter. That's the opening track from our second album, Monomyth. That's called Onagir. I still want to use the, love to use the Won't Get Fooled Again song by The Who, but rather than getting into a fight with ASCAP and those wonderful people, I just decided I'll just use my own damn song. And that way, unless I decide to sue myself, I should be all set. What's up, Maps? How's everybody doing? No, I don't want that. That's what I want. That's what we're looking for. There we go. Yeah, you knew. Oh, cool. Yeah, I thought, why not? I'm trying something a little bit different. One of the things I'm trying to do is to try to put up stuff and then, you know, kind of configure a little bit rather than just going live with everything completely configured. Then people come in, and I've already started playing a little bit. I thought I'd give people a couple of minutes to actually arrive before I get started. So it's wonderful to see everybody. Especially since tonight we begin with ICARUS. What's up, Shadow? Missed what? You didn't miss any of the broadcast, no. Well, you missed my opening 5-minute song, but other than that, you didn't miss anything. No, you're here, Shadow. What's up, man? Good to see everybody. Nope, you didn't miss it. Well, you missed the song, but otherwise you didn't miss anything. And on... Hey, what's up, Benny Hill? And the very, very good... Yeah, you missed... Apparently I missed it too, Burner. Well, I didn't know where it was going on. The other good news, guys, is that I've got... I have fixed, I think, the flicker, knock on wood. Oh, that's what you were looking forward to? Well, I'll try to play it towards the end. But you didn't miss my reading. You didn't miss my reading, so that's still here. And what else was I going to say? I can get rid of this. Let me adjust this. Is that the one that configure? Okay, I had to find which one was the actual right title. I fixed my XSplit. I realized that the reason that it wasn't showing me viewer numbers is that when there's actually another Twitch plugin that you had to install in XSplit. There was the Twitch, what was it called? There's a purple version of Twitch, which is the old Twitch/JustinTV, and there's another Twitch that was the new plugin, which was, instead of a purple icon, it has a black icon, and that's the one that works. So now I can see my viewer numbers just fine. And I also think I fixed the flicker, which is related to a rendering problem with a particular series of AMD cards, and I happen to be one of them, so I think I fixed that too. So that's cool. So I fixed that little issue. I'm just putting in a title about what this first part is. There we go. Let's fix that. Okay. Oh, you played the demo of Dragon's Dogma? Dragon's Dogma Dark Arisen? Is that the whole name of it? Like, hey, what's up, Optic? No, man, you didn't. Well, you didn't miss any of the reading. You missed the first 5 minutes of my little music opening, but you didn't miss the reading. What's up, Optic? Yeah, I don't know if you got a chance to watch some of the video. I'm sorry everything went down for you yesterday, man. Weather, I'll tell you what, dude. Weather has been rough. So yeah, but I'm sorry, dude. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm sorry that happened to you at all. But hopefully everything's back up and functioning. It's still storming there? God, it's crazy, man. It was a pretty nice day today. I drove up to Boston for rehearsal with my band, but... Okay, so quick question, guys. The other thing I noticed when I was watching the video, I was listening to the video on the way up to rehearsrsal tonight, and my voice was too loud for a few hours, and the reason I found out, this is another thing I troubleshot today, is that Skype did its stupid thing. This is reason number 800,000 I don't like Skype for streaming. Skype basically took over mic control, so when people moved over to my chat from Detoid, they were like, oh, you know, your voice is a little loud compared to them. Can you raise them or drop you? So I dropped me, and when I was listening to the video, I'm like, oh, that's me at normal volume. So if people can just double check and let me know if the volume sounds all right, that'd be really sweet. Oh, cool, Optic. Yeah, or just TeamSpeak. I just want us to use TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak is simple. It's easy. It's no problem. Everyone can do it with, you know what I mean? I really, I want Inam to like rap Foom over the head and be like, Foom, get TeamSpeak working, you know? Yeah, no, I hear you, man. But anyway, so does the voice sound all right, everybody? Is it all like sounded solid? I know, Burner, but it's because he's the only one who can't do it, so there must be something he's got configured wrong. Because I want him to fix it, because Skype is just not... Anywho. But is voice sounding okay to everybody? While you're answering that question, I'm going to see if I can find another image. Hey, Chrono. Sounds good to you. Thanks, Mal. There we go. Yeah, I know. Well, Skype is good for interviews and things like that. I use it for my podcast all the time, but for like streaming, it's just a pain in the butt. Cool. Hey, and welcome, Duranker. Good to see you, man. Good to see everybody. I'm very pleased. I'm going to get a lot of people that I'm not necessarily going to recognize immediately. So Mulligan said hello, but I'm going to get some people today that we didn't have because I got a lot more people again last night, or I should say 2 nights ago. I had an additional like 60 people, 60 followers after Detoid, so it was good to see everybody. What's up, Sabathius? What's going on, man? All right, so now that we've gotten started, I am going to just lay out what's going on, everybody. I'm going to be reading, as you guys know, this is the prologue to ICARUS, and this is actually going to be, I'm going to be reading before a lot of my streams, not every stream, but before some of my streams, I'm going to be reading chapters from my second novel, ICARUS, and this is building up to a writing project that I'm going to be doing with ICARUS. I'm not at liberty to say what it is yet. I'm actually talking with some people about the writing project part of it tomorrow. But I'm letting you folks know because in a few weeks I'm actually going to be bringing you guys into a decision about this particular writing project, he said mysteriously. So I'm going to be reading this, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And as I say, in a few weeks I'll be letting you on the next stage of what this writing project actually is. But so this is from my second novel, ICARUS. I'm going to read the prologue, and then we'll get into some Knights of the Old Republic 2. So that is what we are going to do. Before I do that, how is everybody? How's everyone doing? Is everyone ready to go? Ready for a little bit of story time? Story time before some Star Wars? Oh, okay. Oh, you've never been here at all, Duranker? I thought I recognized your name maybe from the Baldur's Gate stream. Maybe you had popped over as one of them, but it's good to see you, Arvan. Good to see you, Duranker. I hope you... all right, cool. That's good. Hey, Lendane, what's going on? Yeah, well, let's see. How can I summarize it quickly? Well, this is my channel. I do a lot of role-playing games, some action and some strategy. At the moment, I'm running Knights of the Old Republic 2, and I'm running Heroes of Might and Magic 2, which I alternate. It's not one-to-one. I've been doing more Knights lately, but I also do Heroes of Might and Magic. And I do the Fighting Fantasy Gamebook series, although I haven't done that for a couple of months because I've been doing other stuff as well. And I also run Baldur's Gate with a 6-person co-op stream all along with 5 other streamers, including Optic, Nerve Productions, who's on at the moment. And by the way, you should all follow him because he's awesome and he runs retro games. That's cool. So I do that with them once a week, a 6-person co-op stream, and with some people over at the Destructoid channel. And I am an author, and I write fantasy and science fiction. My first novel was published a couple of years ago, and this is what Optic is talking about, the book he's referring to. But this book that I'm going to read from tonight, the prologue that I'm going to read from tonight, and I hear sexy hair. That's not me, that's Series. Series Runner has sexy hair. Series Runner is the guy you're looking for, but he does have sexy hair, yes, that's a good point. I have to rely on other factors. So this that I'm going to read you is the prologue to my second novel, ICARUS. It is my second novel that I wrote, Optic, but it is not the sequel to this book. It is not the sequel to The Third Sign. It's actually the beginning of another series. And as I say, there's going to be there's going to be a writing project associated with it later on. So, oh yeah, Sabathius, you didn't know that? Yeah, I'm a writer. My first novel was The Third Sign, an epic fantasy, and I've written 2 others since then, which are being shopped, and I am working on my 4th novel as we speak, and I have short stories in various places, too. Thank you, Optic. Oh, nice. That's awesome, man. The cam comes back on. Sweet. Yeah, that's cool, man. I'm going to have to check out... I want to check out more of your Ultima stuff, too. Okay. In fact, let me just double check. I do have you... Do I have you? Optic, I don't have you followed. Oh my god. Well, you're followed now. Wow. See that? Now it says unfollow. I can't believe that. Why did I not have you followed? Anyway. Hey, Mike. What's going on, Mike? You're here just in time for my little reading. Mike has a heads up on, or has a little bit of a jump start because Mike, who is also an author in real life, and you should get his book, Geekomancy. This is Mike Underwood. But you should definitely get his book because he's a good writer. But Mike has actually read a little bit of this manuscript that I'm going to read from, so. Not so epic environment. Sabathius, you can, when I'm done doing this reading, I will pop up my website, and you can get a link to all the stuff that I'm in from there. This that I'm reading from you right now is on, oh, popping in from ALA. Oh, yeah, man, I want to hear how that's doing. But yeah, so, what was I saying? Yes, so you'll be able to see a link to all that stuff. What I'm reading from you today is currently unpublished, but as I said, I am leading up to a writing project, which I will let all of you folks in on in a little while. So, that all said, everyone ready to go? And is the music okay for the voice? The music is in, like, not overpowering the voice or vice versa? Is the music the right level for everyone? Check 1 2, check 1 2. Okay, cool. Thanks to Ranker. Yep, that's perfect, Optic. Thank you very much, sir. Alright, here we go then. Here we go. ICARUS, Prologue. When Icky fell into the volcano, making one hell of a racket when he landed, I didn't know then that he always made entrances like that. That was the first I'd laid eyes on the kid. I was out digging for flame petals with Rig. Like usual, Rig was belly-aching about having to do work, and like usual, I was telling him to shove it. How we gonna make it if we don't have something to sell, I says, and he gives me those big eyes of his and droops his ears down like always when I yell at him. No, I'm not gonna hear at you, I says. You don't do all that much work, you know. What if I treated you like other people treat their solars? And he pretends not to hear me, you know, snuffing around and scratching his ear, waving those 2 tails like he's got an itch he can't scratch. I could, you know, I says. I could keep you caged up for as long as I want, no one would give a hoot. There's lots of things solars ought to be treated like pests, you know, like flickerbrads or something. And of course he looks up at me and starts howling, you know, so sensitive, that friggin' thing, which is pretty funny for something that stands about tall as I do. Well, okay, that ain't very tall, but still. Yeah, never mind that, I says. I'll just think about it, you know. Maybe a nice cage, some magister ice around it or something. And then Rig just loses it, you know, just starts a-crying and howling and carrying on, and I starts thinking about him waking some flame demon or something, and then wouldn't we be set? All right, I says finally. Quit the funeral, I won't cage you. But you gotta do your work, or I won't be able to afford to buy a cage, or even keep the house. You gotta do the work. And he jumps up and starts running around, you know, trying to jump on me and practically knocking me into the lava flow. Yeah, enough, I says. Let's just get to it. and off he goes like a flickerbrad flying away from a cool, bounding ahead of me and sniffing like he's got something stuck up his nose. Rig's a pain sometimes, but I gotta say there ain't no better solar west of the hole, not when it comes to finding flame petals. They grow below the ground where the flow still moves a bit, and it's way too hot for most of us grounders to look. For a solar, well, you could throw them in fresh lava and they'd barely feel it. But a lot of them can't really smell worth a damn, and a lot of the rest are too wild to use. That's why folks tend to stay away from them. One side of those tails flying, red fur bristling, and of course those teeth and those crazy sideways eyes, and most just head the other way. I can't say as I blame 'em, really. Rig is wild too, I guess, but only 'cause he don't want to listen sometimes. But he's not dangerous. Well, leastways not to me. He's a big baby, to tell you the truth. But he can smell all right. I've seen him sniff out a pellar from half a mile away when most solars would have been running in circles. Even though he tried to eat it when he found it, like usual, I told him 100 times, don't eat those things. They don't show their spikes till after they're swallowed. But he won't listen, and then I have to hear him howling for 3 sanacycles until he finishes digesting. Not the biggest brains in the vol, for sure. But still, he could find those flame petals when he's got a mind to. On his best solar cycle, I've seen him find 10, and that'll go a ways down here. But for a couple of weeks, we've been coming up pretty light. 2, 3, maybe 4 on a good solar cycle, and I was starting to get worried. I mean, I got pills to pay, you know? Rig took us over the West Plains a good way, sniffing and scratching the ground, and a couple times I thought we had something. He'd stop, dig a bit. But each time he only got down a bit into the dirt and then was off again after the next scent. No worries. Even in the best digs, you can get a couple of false starts. But nearly a full sanacycle went by and nothing. Not even a broken flame petal, something I could maybe have tried to plant and get something out of. Finally, Rig sat down panting, and I didn't blame him. I was tired as a magman myself, and I couldn't have gone much further. So I plopped myself down on a rock and waited, taking a swig from the canteen now and again as I looked about while Rig rolled around and basically made a fool of himself. We'd come a lot farther than even I thought before, almost nearing the Central Plains, and this wasn't territory I knew too well, except to be careful of it. You hear stories, you know, tales of folks vanishing without a trace, crazy tales for crazy people, I always say, but still, you don't live long down here without knowing how to keep your eyes open and your ears near the ground much as you can. Mountains rose up to the north, up where some say the furbargs live. I mean, if you still think they're alive like some fool people do, but no offense meant if you're one of them. And to the south, the lava pools with the salamander kings. Off to the east, I could make out the stretch of jagged rock that covers the Central Plains. And far in the distance, farther than I could see, the East Plains must have been. Farther than I've been, too. And beyond them was the whole, leastways if I remember what my dad told me when I was just old enough to be foolish. Don't go that far, son, he used to say. Don't go any farther than you need to go to get by. You stay in the places you know and you'll never be caught napping. And I never was. Well, leastways not until I met Icky. Nope, I stayed in the West, where folks are, oh, well, they ain't decent exactly, but at least you know the kind of damn fools they are anyways. Of course, if it'd been up to my dad, I wouldn't have been doing what I was doing to begin with. He was a prospector, too. He taught me most everything I knew, but he hated every cycle of it. What he really loved doing was crafting. He cranked out gadgets and gizmos like they was going out of style, which it turns out they already had by the time he made 'em. But nothing got my pop down. Made some fire crystal goggles no one wanted, melted 'em down and turned 'em into windows to keep the heat down inside. No one wanted those either. Broke 'em into bits, rounded off the sharp spots, and used 'em to cover flame petal shoots. I used to think nothing bad would ever happen to my dad. He was pretty tall for a grounder, nearly 5 feet, and I mostly remember looking up at him when he was talking to me. I wanted to be just like him, even though he told me not to, that there wasn't anything about prospecting that was worth it. I said I understood, but he knew I was lying, and he never made me promise anything different. Then he was gone, and what was I supposed to do but try to live like him? Well, except the crafting, which I ain't too good at, actually. Folks tell me I look kinda like my dad, except shorter. Same red skin, same red hair and eyes. But truth be told, I'm nothing like him. People liked him. The best I can do is keep my head down and keep out of the way. Maybe I was too tired, or maybe I was too busy living in some damn fool memory. But either way, I must not have been paying attention for a while, because all of a sudden Rig sets to growling and yelping and nearly scares me into falling off my rock. It might have been better to fall anyway, because when I looks up, what should I see but the last thing I would have expected? 7 feet tall, red horns and tall, spiky fur, teeth that don't fit proper inside the mouth. Yep, a sure enough flame demon, and there he was right in front of us, gnashing his teeth and eyes so wide they could have dropped right outside of his head. Maybe he was trying to decide which one of us to eat first, or maybe he was just having fun. But anyways, he didn't move, just looked at us with that crooked smile of his. Frankly, I just about gave it up there and spent most of my last cycles alive cursing myself for being so stupid. I mean, first of all, you almost never see flame demons this far west, but like I said, I didn't know this territory too well, and things had been kinda strange lately. And if we hadn't been so desperate for a couple of lousy flame petals, we wouldn't have been out so far from home anyways. And I should have been paying closer attention. But now we was in it for sure, and I just felt bad for Rig mostly. I mean, me, I'm just a washed-up prospector, you know, but he don't know any better, and if it wasn't for me, maybe he'd be running around free somewhere instead of getting eaten alive. And wouldn't you know it, the damn fool Solar stepped in front of me growling like it could do anything against a flame demon. Solars aren't small, you know. I mean, they can defend themselves, but against a flame demon, well, I mean, really. Come on now, I says in a low voice, holding my search stick like a fool while the demon steps forward. Come on. You don't want none of Rig here. You let him go and deal with me. I got what you want anyways. And I held up my stick and got ready to do some damn fool thing like yelling charge or something like that. But just then I thought I heard a sound above us, kinda whistling, and I took a step back. The demon raised his claw and got ready to swipe, but he never did. All of a sudden, something hit him head-on from above, some flurry of white and feathers, and down he goes in a heap while Rig and I jumps back. First I couldn't tell what happened, but then I saw the demon get to his feet, shaking his head and screaming bloody murder, and I saw the other thing get up as well. Even now I can't explain what it was like to see it stand. Tall, thin, 2 arms, 2 legs, curly brown hair, white skin, and young. But this expression on its face was kinda quiet, like it knew what was gonna happen. That's what amazed me the most. That, and the things on its back, of course. 'Cause that demon comes up swinging and screaming, you know, and in it comes, and the other one just smiles, and all of a sudden I saw it unfold these wings, by soul. Wings, I tell you, white feathered wings almost as wide as the body was tall, and out it stretches them. The demon hesitated, and then roared again and came in, and the other thing, well, I mean, it just lifted its arms, you know, and all of a sudden those wings glowed blue, and blue light shot out all over the place, and I fell backwards near blinded. I heard this screech, and then a wail, and then a sigh, and then nothing at all. And when I looked up and I could see, there it all was. Rig on the ground, whimpering like a baby, some pile of ash that I think used to be a flame demon, and that other creature lying on the ground with his eyes closed, those huge wings folded beneath him. Entrances, I tell you. That kid knew how to make an entrance. The end of the prologue. What's up, everyone who came in new? Oh, you're getting stutters? It's been clear. Okay, Optic, it's been good for you. Roar, it's been good for you. Is the audio been okay for everybody else? I want to know. Thanks, guys. Thanks, everybody. That's the prologue to the novel. So if you guys were intrigued, I'm going to be reading more. Oh, thanks, man. Okay, cool. Well, so are you guys going to want me to... I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to spread this out over the next set of streams. I'm going to be reading a chapter each time, assuming people like it. So are people going to be wanting to hear chapter 1, 2, etc.? Well, Roar, without getting into details... Cool, cool. Yeah, without getting into details, too many details, I will tell you what I mentioned before from other people. And also, thanks to and hello to everyone who came in. Lego, good to see you. Good to see Rap. Good to see Splatter. I think you were already here. Good to see Random. What's up too? Yeah, as Mike knows, in fact, I have some plans for this book. And what I was saying before some people came in was that about midway to 2/3 of the way through my reading of this on stream, I'm going to let all of you folks into a writing project that I am planning to do related to this book. And in fact, I will even be taking suggestions and strategizing with you folks on this writing project. So I don't want to talk about the details of that yet, but I will be doing that in the future. So that is what's going on. Thanks, Duranka. I appreciate it very much. I want copies. Hey, man, from your lips to whoever ends up publishing this is ears. So, somebody said I should read it in German. You think so, Lego? Deutsch, es Deutsch, the Anschluss. All I know about German is that there's lots of capital letters, and it always ends up with Austria being taken over. It always ends up with France surrendering. That's all I know about German. What's up, Twisted? Read it backwards. Are you a test audience? In a manner of speaking, Rap. Yes, I think you might say that. In a manner of speaking. Oh, goodness. Yeah. So, cool. I am very excited that you guys are able to see that. And by the way, oh, you asked how many chapters. That's a good question, actually. I'll tell you exactly how many chapters. Anschluss. Yeah, Maps. I understand if, I mean, it's not like your country knows anything about dealing with Germany, does it? He said for a moment, and then paused for irony. Let me take a look actually right now and see how many chapters there are, Lego. It's a good question. Because I'm looking at my phone just to double check. Let me see. Hold on. There are... There are 16 chapters plus an epilogue. So the prologue and the epilogue are roughly the same size. So if you put those together, it's about 17 chapters. Oh, I wish I could read it from memory. No, I was reading it off my phone, Lego. Because I'm playing on my gaming computer, and I realized tonight before I did this, I didn't have the manuscript over. So I'm going to try to, before the next time that I do this, I'm going to pull my manuscript onto this computer so that I can read it using my 23-inch screen as opposed to reading it from my Galaxy Note 2. Which is a good size screen for a phone, but, you know, it's not the same thing. So, anywho. So that's it. Well, good. So people liked the opening of it. They were intrigued by the beginning. Cool. Awesome. You were lost with the words? Well, you mean like with the dialect you're having trouble with, Random, or you mean what do you mean by lost with? And Lego, it is a manuscript. It's not published yet. It's not... I can't talk more about where it is and isn't because then I'm going to be spoiling the whole thing that I want to do with it. So I can't tell you that yet. But it's not published yet. I can tell you that. Yeah, that's true. There are definitely setting specific terms for sure. Oh, cool. That's a nice one then. The main guy's name. Do you mean the narrator? The narrative voice? Hi, Rishka. The narrative voice rap you talk about? Rap, are you talking about the main... Yeah, the character that you just heard, the narrative voice that you just heard is called Jelinek, which is spelled this way. That's the name of the narrator. And the creature that you just saw fall, I mean, this is not a spoiler, this is fairly obvious, I think. His name is ICARUS, so... Hello, Build! So, yeah. That's who it is. No problem. Oh, cool. Well, yeah, so the last thing I'll say, and then we'll move on to some Star Wars, but I will say that right there, yeah, sorry, Rishka, but it's going to be on video, so when this is done, you can go back and check the first I don't know how long I've been going, but the first, 25 minutes or whatever it is, and you'll be able to hear it again. So the website is right there, and if you go to that website, you'll be able to see all like links to different things, and also you'll also be able to see okay, everyone should be able to see this on stream. This Kickstarter, I have a short story in this anthology, Time Travel Tales. This is from a bunch of people who went to the Origins conference last year, and we all contributed a short story, and I've actually read that short story on stream called Sanction. And this one, there's a Kickstarter running for this right now, and as you can see, it is at 11,782 of 7,500, and we still have 2 weeks to go. If we hit a $12,000 stretch goal, there's going to be another short story added from Aaron Alston. We have Mike Stackpole in here, Timothy Zahn, myself, and if we can hit $20,000, which is a stretch, but if we could somehow hit that, then I would, and every author will add another story to it as well. I think it's pretty, like, and the other thing is, this will be interesting to you guys. You guys see this drawing, this illustration? Each story, including my story in there, is illustrated by comic artist Matt Slay. And Matt Slay does a bunch of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comics. That might be what you're familiar with him. And there are pledge levels that you can get coins, challenge coins, that have drawings like these on the front and back of those coins. So we hit that. We were funded within like less than a week. And now we've gone way past and hit 2 stretch goals already. So people are really interested in this Kickstarter. And so, yeah, there's an illustration for every single story. So not only do you get what I think is a really awesome cover, this cover is really sweet in my opinion, but also you get illustrations like that. Like that cover I think is gorgeous, but inside you get these interior illustrations. And I'll show you guys my favorite one, because I think he's got it here someplace. Let me see if I can find where it is. My favorite one of these, hold on. My favorite illustration is, I like this one a lot. This illustration is for my friend Brad Bollier's story. Brad has a series out from Nightshade and a new series with Daw, and I love this illustration as well. But my favorite illustration that I've seen, I haven't seen mine yet, actually. Mine is one of the last that they're doing. I think that right there is awesome. I love that. Right? For like an interior illustration. So, anyway. So, those illustrations are things you can get as well if you back the Kickstarter. So, there's some other cool ones too. I think that's pretty awesome also. And that's kind of funny. So, anyway. So, yeah. So, GregoryAWilson.com if you want more information about that. All right. Well, thanks, everybody. That's a good way to get started. I knew that you guys were the right audience to speak to, so I was glad to be able to do that. And now, with that done, let's get us a little Star Wars, shall we? Juicy fingers. Yeah, that's the Wolf's Thought Bubble. Yeah, right? All righty. Yep. So, and you can actually get a copy of the ebook for as little as $5. And then there's pledge levels that are higher than that go all the way up to like 1,000 if you want to get like, I think the 1,000 one you actually collaborate on the, not only do you get an anthology and you get feedback on a story that you can write and one of the authors will give you feedback on it, but also you get to collaborate on the cover, your own personalized cover with Matt Slay. So you can be like, I want you to draw this and can you do this? And he will literally, as you're watching him, draw the cover for you. Which is pretty badass, but it's also, you know, $1,000, which is expensive. But that's like the top pledge that, you know, no one's done that yet. There's only one of those available. But anyway, so lots of cool stuff. All right, let us get this going. Alrighty. Let's move this back. Good. Okay. Let's get some Star Wars going on. I don't know. I'm doing well, Build. How are you? It's good to see everybody. And by the way, there's going to be a few of you, I imagine. Look at my badass samurai Jedi. There's going to be a few of you, I imagine, that I will not recognize immediately because I got a bunch of more followers last night. Since we started the Baldur's Gate stream, I've added almost 200 followers. And I got, just from the Baldur's Gate stream 2 nights ago, we hit our top channel number we've ever had, which is 73 at least. It could have been higher, but I confirmed that it was at least 73. And of total followers, I gained about 60 followers on Friday. So there may be some of you who come in, like Duranker was already like that. Duranker has never been here before. So I assumed that he was one of the people from that channel. I was like, hey, what's going on? And he's like, nope, never been here before. I was like, oh, okay. So anyway, if I do not immediately go, hey, what's going on? Please forgive me. I am got some new folks in. So anyway, it is wonderful to see all of you. Yeah, I'm doing well, Build. Where's the free napkins? That's cute. Well, it's right next to the free condiments, right over on the table over there, Optic. Okay. So, what the hell was I doing? Oh, wait. I was wondering why there was extra music, and then I remembered. Okay, I like Chrono Cross, but let's get some, let's get the music in here as well. Okay. So, Mike, how has the ALA been? Mike is out at the American Library Association conference. How has it been? Have you been hanging out with all the librarians and tell them to get your books? Right, a shuttle. That's right. There's also a little bit of a new, there's going to be a couple of tests that I'm going to have to... Whoops. I guess I should have expected that. Whoopsie. Of course it's poisoned. I should have realized, why is there a vent sitting there for no reason at all? To wipe all the Kindles and ebooks off the face of the earth. That's funny. No, not if they can work with them. But I'm not even sure if Mike heard me, because I've been on bad hotel internet before. I know all about that. But anyway, Mike, if you can hear me, I'm just curious about how ALA was going. And I was going to mention something to... Oh yeah, as I'm going through, I think the stream looks like it's running pretty well. But I am troubleshooting this a little bit because... Because I have a new beta version of XSplit, and I finally got the right patch and everything with it, so that I actually have viewer numbers and stuff like that. But I have not played it on these new settings with everything, so, you know, I may need to make adjustments. Yeah, I thought he couldn't hear me. Alright, Mike, I was asking you how the ALA conference was. Whether you're enjoying it so far. So is it fair to say you are enjoying it? Before you head off? Are you getting some productive stuff done?
This arm of mine isn't just for show, General. Stand back. The Zerka mercenaries were a little surprised when I broke my way out of my holding cell. The shields there were even weaker than these, after you.
Nice. I'm gonna pause this for a second. Oh, thanks, Sab. I appreciate that very much, man. I think it's a good antho, you know. If you like fantasy and science fiction, there's a lot of good people in it. You know, in addition to my work, there's a lot of other good writers there. I mean, Tim Zahn by himself, you know, there's good stuff and good illustrations. But thank you very much, Sab. I appreciate that. Ooh, an ion turret. Okay. Wow.
Fallen.
Gray screen, then internet failure. I don't... Okay. So you guys are getting... Is anyone else getting stuttering? I can try to adjust it downwards if you are. I can try to adjust the bitrate down. It's good now? Yeah, I don't know, guys. I'm not sure. Yeah, that's what happened the last time. A few people said they had issues, but most people said it was fine, so I don't know. I am broadcasting in 720. I don't know if that may have anything to do with it. You know, I can double check, but... Okay, alright. Yeah, it may just be Twitch being Twitch, I'm afraid. But thanks for updating me on stuff. Hey, Osub, what's up? Okay. Alright, cool. Right. And here I have to remember again what the hell, since I always forget what the heck quick save is. I think it's F4. Is it F4? Yep. F4. Good. Oh yeah, Duranker, yeah. You know what? I loved Knights of the Old Republic 1. I played it on an old laptop that was... Oh god, dude. Can you try to stay out of the poison, please? But I played Knights of the Old Republic 1 on a laptop that had no business running it. It was really not very good. I mean, the laptop was not very good, but I ran it anyway. I mean, not very good for that game. And the game was so much fun that I didn't want... I was like, come on, I can do it. So when Knights of the Old Republic 2 came out, like, my laptop just could not deal with it at all. So I basically haven't been able to run it until I started streaming games more regularly, and, you know, finally I got to this. I got this along with Jade Empire, which I wasn't crazy about, but this one I wanted to try, so, yeah. Alright, let's deactivate the local turrets. Download the facility map. And there we go. So yeah, this is my first playthrough of this. Alright. Let's take a look at what that regal visor is. And also, I also heard that once all those mods came in... Ooh, charisma. Persuade +2, charisma +1. That's me. That's my guy. I don't know why that gives me more charisma, but whatever. Anyway, yeah, I tried Jade Empire, Sab. I tried it. I played like 15 hours of it on stream, and it was okay, but it didn't really grab me, I was afraid. The characters weren't as interesting to me, and I'm not sure. Even though I do like kind of Asiatic settings, and I love Kung Fu type related stuff. And I like BioWare, so you'd think I would have been all about it, but I was kind of, not crazy about it. Oh yeah, cool. Oh really? Yeah, rawr. Yep, well that was pretty much the same way, and now once I got the enhanced content mod, or whatever it's called, supposedly that like fixed a lot of the issues, including with the ending, so...
What's going on?
Alright. Wait, I thought that... Okay, good. I thought I deactivated this. Whoa! Whoa. I guess that's a droid. Not a turret! Oh, God. Wow. We got some problems here. Phew. They are not joking around over here. Yes, I did hear that, Duranker, yeah. Hey, what's up, Dragon? Demiser, that's funny. How you doing, man? Good to see everybody tonight. For people who came in a little bit late, I just got done reading the prologue to ICARUS. And so if you want, when I'm done streaming tonight, you could check out the video and listen to the first part of it, and that's the beginning of what is going to be a long-term, semi-long-term, I mean over the next, month or so, month and a half, of reading parts of ICARUS, well, basically reading it through, and leading up to a writing project that I'm doing with that book. So I haven't given you more information because I'm waiting to tell you more about it, but that's the deal. So, oh yeah, no problem, Demiser. That's fine. Oh, cool, Rap. Yeah, so you're in perfect position for it. Yeah, boy, Kotor was really great. I know, like, although it was funny last night when he was talking about that, he's like, yeah, or whatever, 2 nights ago, he's like, yeah, Phoenix, we haven't had a drop of rain in Arizona for a month, and I think it was Inaminatus was like, yeah, well, that's because it's Arizona. He's like, well, yeah, but so. That's funny. Credits. Oh, wait, I got that. Yeah, Arizona, it's like people say that they're like, oh, it's great because it's a dry heat. And I'm like, yeah, but as Gary Shandling once said, so's a blowtorch. But that doesn't mean I'm going to spend, I'm not going to run a blowtorch up and down my body, Yeah, I'll bet it is, Demiser. That's cool. It was pretty good today. Today was fairly comfortable from New York heading up to Boston, so. Okay. So I'm supposed to go south. Oh, right, I forgot that I downloaded the factory map. I'm like, why do I know all this? And then I was like, oh, right, I downloaded the map. My fault. Okay, let's head south. Hey, G, what's up? Long time no see, man. How you been? It is good to see you. Speaking of hot, is it hot in Brazil right now, G? Oh yeah, I believe it. Dragon, where is home for you when you're not at school? Where's home for you? Gosh darn it. I know that. Anyway. Oh yeah, seriously, Maps? It's always hot in Brazil. Yeah. You tried to burn off the mosquito? Seattle. Oh, no kidding, Dragon. My wife's family is from Seattle. We go there all the time. In fact, we normally would be in Seattle right now during the summer, but not this summer because we had a lot of traveling to do. And we had already been to Seattle a bunch of times over the last year or so. So this time we stayed home. But yeah, we're in Seattle all the time. Yeah. No, I'm a big fan of Seattle. I even got together with Catabasis before. You see me deflect that like a boss? But anyway, yeah, the streamer Catabasis, I actually met him and another guy, because he's from, Oregon. He lives in Oregon, so he actually drove down and we got to hang out with him in Seattle. Or drove up, I guess. Nice. That burst of speed. No, Lego, I have not been to Salt Lake City, and I actually have a friend, an author, Paul Janess, who lives in Utah, and I've thought it would be cool to see him. There's a bunch of authors who live in Utah, fantasy authors. Brandon Sanderson, Howard Taylor, if any of you know the comic strip Schlock Mercenary, Howard Taylor writes that. He lives in Utah. Larry Correa is another bestseller. He lives in Utah. A lot of good Utah people. Why can I not select that? Guess there's nothing there to select. Yeah, is it? I've heard it's really beautiful. I've never been, though. Have never been. Home is where you make it. That's very true, Twisted. That's very true. Right, so we got another force field there. Let me just check down here quickly. Uh-huh. Thought there was some stuff. Credits. Hyperadrenal alacrity. Okay. Good. Home is where the unprotected Wi-Fi is. Yeah, well. I live in the city, Duranker, so, home or not, I'm not doing any, kind of, whatchamacallit, any kind of unprotected Wi-Fi, thank you. Wait, why don't you go here and then bash? Seriously? Move over there.
What's going on?
What's going on is I want you to open this damn door. There we go. What is BFE, Duranker? Hey, what's up, Thok? Ugh yourself, man. Ooh, Talos turret, man. Oh, holy hell.
Take him down. Fallen.
Maps. Ugg and your ugg. Good to see you, Thok, man. Ugg or not, it's still good to see you. I want to check this workbench because I actually think, and that lab station actually, because I think there's some things that I can that I have found. Let's double check and see. Maybe not. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Let's say longsword? Yeah, okay. Let me try to upgrade the item then. Oh, Egypt. Oh, I see. A southern way of saying in the middle of the... I hadn't heard that before. I have never been to Egypt, and would like to be able to go at some point. Although I would be doing, I'm sure I'd be doing the sort of, the cheesy touristy things, so I imagine you would be like, well, that's not really, you know. Yep, I thought so. Let's do that. And this. Yes, so exciting that I can do that. Love it. Ah, yes. Actually, you know what? I want you to disassemble this. I want all this to be disassembled because I want to get all this stuff off, and I want that stuff. Yeah, that's what I thought. I want all this stuff off because I want to be able to assemble the Sith War Sword first. Sounds good, Doc. Have fun, man. Denial. Salt Lake City. Well, you got two good options. Shadow Gazer 5. Yeah, that's Dragon. I actually have the restored content mod is what is on this right now. As we speak. See, this is why... See, I'm doing all of this because I knew that was happening. Because I had a bunch of stuff that I want to, yeah. Okay, that actually is being used by what's-his-face. By my Han Solo guy. Okay. Now that we have that. Okay. That's right. Okay, that's good. Now this one. So let's see. +3, defense bonus -2, damage bonus 1, slashing. 2 damage bonus 1 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 slashing. 2 damage bon Less useful for pairing. Okay, let me try that then. Energy cell, nothing for that. Oh, okay, yeah. Definitely that works. Okay. Now for this combat suit. Alright. Now I think I can use the Vibroblade. Vibrosword, I'm pretty sure is what she's got. $190K. Well, you know, actually, you know what, Lego? Boston proper is not that large either. Boston, the metropolitan area, if you count Brookline, Waltham, Somerville, like basically the surrounding area, then Boston gets to be larger. But you think of Boston as a major city, but Boston itself, not counting Cambridge and all these other cities that are technically part of it, these smaller cities, Boston itself is not that large either. So... Okay, hold on a second. Just making sure that I got these things adjusted properly. Okay, assemble. Good. Alrighty, now we got that said. There's wide open western spaces. What do you mean, Duranker? Okay. Whoops. Nope. 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 Use the lab station. Let's see. Oh, I need to get my treat injury up a little bit higher. Okay, I'll try to remember that next time I level up. Oh, I don't have all that many chemicals anyway. Well, heck with that nonsense. Wow, lots of chemicals. I do not have enough for any of this. Okay, that's fine. What? Double entendre story, huh? Okay, how we doing here? The hangar. Control room. Military base sub-level, and the reactor. Okay. I should have actually saved it before. In something besides just quick save, but that's okay. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha.
What's going on?
I see.
There she is, one orbital shuttle. Looks like it's in serviceable condition. That's all a moot point, though.
Why is that?
The hangar bay doors are closed. I don't fancy flying the shuttle through solid metal, so I'd say we need to find a way to get them open. We'll also need to find the ignition codes for the shuttle, or else we'll have some trouble getting off the ground. If we get all that, I wouldn't worry about what shape this heap is in. I'll get it running.
It's never been clear to me why I have to be hanging out talking to Geordie LaForge. I gotta be honest. Why is this thing not attacking yet? Deactivated. Okay. Until we get on the ship, when clearly it will be reactivated. Yeah, I know, right, Maps? Carrying broom shafts. Oh, yeah. The old orbital shuttle doesn't have a hyperdrive, but it can get you out of the restoration zone once you have the ignition passcodes and open the underground hangar doors above you. Step away from the shuttle. I wasn't going to the shuttle, I was going this way. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay, first of all...
Yeah?
Let's take this thing out. There we go. Supposedly they have an explanation for that, Dodoranker, that supposedly the reason they speak English has to do with certain analogs common to all human life. Common to all life in the galaxy. It's a little convenient. It's like Star Trek used to have the universal translator to get past that problem. I whack you with my broom of destruction. Going for the shades. Clean sweep. Yeah! Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting theory, but it's a little bit of a... It's a little bit trying to get out of a problem, you know? Okay. Turn off the security gas vents. Nice. Sick of that nonsense. There's bait control. Watch, this isn't gonna work. Cannot unlock because the base reactor is offline. Called it, so I gotta go find the reactor. Called it. Yeah, that's true, Demiser. Ah, sigh. Nothing ever works right the first time. I would almost guarantee I'm going to get aggroed here in a minute. I love Mystery Science Theater. So fun, that show. Called it!
Take him down.
I knew that was going to happen. I got a lot of stuff for droids, I'll tell you what. Ooh, a strength enhancer. What is that? Strength +1, fortitude +1. I will take that. Okay. I still like that. Okay, that's fine. I know, right? Seriously. Oh, Dragon, you got to check out some of the vids, man. It's been pretty epic. We're closing in, I think, on the end. We were 2 chapters from the end. We're just about to head to Candlekeep, where the Iron Throne people apparently have headed to try to meet with people about what's going on there. So it's been pretty fun. Yesterday, 2 days ago, was really awesome. Random, I actually have had the first part of the Third Sign, my first novel, was made into a Neverwinter Nights 2 module. If you do a search for the Third Sign and Neverwinter Nights, you'll find a link to it. You can actually, if you have the game, you can download it and play through the first few hours. And also Satolbo, who's one of the Baldur's Gate streamers, is turning one of my short stories into a game. In fact, it's going to be his game design thesis, and supposedly he's going to be getting a little bit of an assist from Series Runner, because Series also does game and art design for games as well. So, yeah, cool stuff going. No, G, I have not beaten this game. This is my first playthrough, in fact. Make sure I'm going the right way. Military grade security door cannot be opened from here, maybe controlled by a nearby terminal. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about it, actually, how that stuff all has kind of come together. So, and I have some other game stuff. I've done some work on other games too, like card games, and some character treatment stuff for games that I can't talk about, but at least not yet. So yeah. Oh, Baldur's Gate I have not beaten. Whoops. Hold on a second.
Take him down.
Oh. We've not beaten Baldur's Gate yet, but we've gone pretty far. I think we're closing in on the end of it. Actually, I did beat Baldur's Gate back in the day, though. I should say I did play and win Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 back in the day, like over a decade ago. But we're closing in on finishing it multiplayer, and obviously I never played multiplayer before, so. Movies. Well, The Third Sign was optioned for a film, but that doesn't sound as impressive. It isn't as impressive as it might sound, because tons of movies, like, practically every book in the world gets optioned for a movie. They option it, and then, you know, 90% of the time it never gets made into one, so it's not that big a deal, and it probably is not going to get made into a film from that first option, but it's there. I mean, obviously, we're super excited. You know, it's always exciting to think about the possibility. But no movies as of yet, but hopefully. Oh, cool, G. Thanks, random. Yeah, I hope so. Ooh, who the hell's this?
Tawancha morechiwa, mufalawa ni bobo wishyo kuna sita dorcho ni sobawata.
Who are you?
Kawana bota yunta tanga namadura. Tayaita ta bosananansata.
Hey, what's up, Murray?
No
in other words, follow me out. Good to see you, Murray. Oh. Maybe I should have said that before the other thing happened. Okay, let's see. Hold on a second. Alright. Let me lead this guy out again. Why can I not move? There we go. Yeah, G, life's treating me pretty well, man. Pretty well. Yeah, that was a while ago, G. There's a lot of different things we've done since then. I'm not sure where to tell you to start, but I have highlights and different things on the channel. I haven't had a chance to... Okay. Run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Wait. Hold on a second. Get out of the way. Ugh, idiot. Alright, there we go. But I cleared the doppelgangers as well. Yeah, I'm not even sure what I could... There's been a lot of stuff sort of since then. Had to go to... We did Durlag's Tower, which is... You may have seen that. There were doppelgangers in Durlag's Tower as well. We finally got to the city of Baldur's Gate. We've actually explored a bunch of it. We found that there were doppelgangers that had taken over some of the other merchant guilds, and this was the Iron Throne was doing this. But also it's somehow tied into my overall destiny. And so there's just a lot of stuff. So, okay. Let's get this guy out of here before I go further. I think these security vents should be off. If I'm not mistaken. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, she's, you gotta be careful with Imoen sometimes. But when, especially in Baldur's Gate 2, she becomes a big deal, so definitely don't give up on her. You woke up at 7 a.m.? Well, I'm honored, Murray, that you've decided to spend your Sunday morning with me. So do the best thing to do, which is grab some, like, awesome waffles or pancakes. Make yourself some waffles or pancakes. And have fun. Wait, what happened to the guy? What? Alright, quick load. I must have somehow messed that up. Sounds good. Good seeing you, G. I know, yeah, it's starting to get a little bit better, Arctic. Usain Bolt. Hey, what's up, Jerry? Speed! See you, G. It's good seeing you, man. Okay. Let me get a little bit closer. Yeah, maybe the problem is I'm going too fast for him. So I'll try not to lose him this time. Good to see you, Arctic. I'm gonna get Baldur's Gate 2. Yeah, actually, Jerry, Baldur's Gate 2, I'm gonna see if I can talk to the guys about, I think I'd like to get Baldur's Gate 2 and do Baldur's Gate 2 next, before we do any of the Icewind Dales. And the reason is that, I would like to get... Come here, guy. Oh, you won't follow me past there? Really? Let me see what I tell him if I tell him to find his own way out. It's like a samurai thing. It's pretty cool, right? Pretty close to the end. I can Now I can see your text. I can see it now, Demiser. Oh, cool, Jerry. Yeah, but anyway, I'd like to be able to play Baldur's Gate 2 because I'd like to continue the story that we've built in Baldur's Gate 1, and also that's 2nd edition rules. So I'd like to finish up with that, then move on to Icewind Dale and Icewind Dale 2, because those are both 3rd edition rules. And then move on from there to Neverwinter Nights 1 and 2. And by then, other games will be out, and we'll kind of, you know, replay, see how things stand from there. Alright, let me reload. Demiser. Oh man. That's like you know what that reminds me of, Demiser? I don't know if you've ever... Is that you, by the way? Yes, I do, Build. I'm an author. Novels and short stories. Principally a novelist, although I've been writing more short stories now than I used to in the past. Demiser, what was I going to ask you? Did you write that? Is that you? Because it reminds me a little bit of stuff from the Phantom Tollbooth. I don't know if you ever read that book. But it reminds me of some sections of the Phantom Tollbooth. What the hell am I supposed to do with this guy? Guess I'll just take him with me and hope he doesn't die. Yep, sounds like it. You know, I actually directed a kids' production of Phantom Tollbooth way back in the day, like 15 years ago, probably. And I read the Phantom Tollbooth to my daughter, who really liked it. As I was reading it, I was like, man, this really is a good book. Like, I had loved it as a kid, and then reading it again, I was like, this really is solid. Come on. Sometimes the movement on this is not what it should be. Yeah. Level up time. Okay, I need to get a couple more to make advanced med packs. I know, Sab, I should, man. The green guy. Yeah, I didn't see the movie either. I never saw the movie. Okay, let's see. 19 charisma, it's a little strong. See if I can get... Wisdom or charisma? Let's see. Let's get the... Let's get that wisdom up a little bit. He's so charismatic. That's the idea. Oh, yeah, Murray, sorry. The Phantom Tollbooth is a book by... Oh, gosh. What's his name? I can't remember the name of the author of the Phantom Tollbooth now, which is sad. I should remember. But anyway, it's a children's book, but it's really good. You should check it out. Narrated by Mel Blanc. Really, Optic. Mel Blanc, a big cartoon voiceover guy. Yes, Prox, I started about... Not just started. I started maybe... I did the reading probably like 45 minutes ago. I've been playing for about a half hour, I think. Man. Oh. Throw another point to that. Okay, let's see. I wanted to get treat injury. Well, first of all, I maxed the skills that are critical. Like those. And then let me up my treat injury a little bit. Norton Juster, that's right. Thanks, Demiser. Oh, yeah. Good to see you, Prox. Yeah, definitely. Force immunity paralysis. I cannot be paralyzed. Oh, yeah. Master 2-weapon fighting. Woot! Alright, let me just double check and see what else is out there. That's right, Norton Juster, yeah. Machinima's build? Remind me. It sounds familiar, but what is a machinima? No, don't want precise shots. I like the regenerating thing, but no. That's Jedi defense. No. No. I like the idea of armor proficiency, but... Master 2-weapon fighting. Yes. That is going to be very useful. Where you make a movie by using a video game? Is that what it is, Arctic? No kidding. Resilience. That's cool. I don't even know what that is. Force redirection gives the ability to deflect ranged attacks with a lightsaber. Can also reflect these attacks back at enemies. Oh yeah, I'm probably going to do that. Yep, I'm all about that. Nice. Alright. For you... Yes, I did Proxity. I played Knights of the Old Republic way back in the day. Loved it. Was a big fan back in the day. I should have had her make those items, man. I wasn't even thinking. She could have made the stuff on the lab bench. I was dumb. Oh well. I know. It's because I was doing it in the middle of the combat. It's ridiculous. Yeah, I would have normally said, but some of those things, especially the ability to do the force deflection, is OP for a lot of this stuff. So, I think Coder came out in 2001. I think that's right. It sounds around then, I think. Yeah, I've watched Mountain Blade. It looks kind of cool to Miser. It reminds me of a game, and I can't remember what the game is. But whenever I saw Kata playing it, I was like, it seems familiar. Force Whirlwind is a possibility. Oh, Force Shield, that's right. Alright, now that I'm out of it. See, the minute I got out, it's like, okay, that's over. Oh, 2003. Oh, I thought it was 01. Okay. Yes, I did play Mass Effect. I played Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. I guess about a month and a half ago I finished with Mass Effect 3. Liked it a lot. I liked all the Mass Effects. Even though I'm really more of a fantasy guy, but I like BioWare a lot, and of course I love role-playing games are my big thing, so. It is obvious that this contest cannot be decided by our knowledge of the Force, but by our charisma. I know, we do need Coder 3. Zader, what's up, man? Let's quick save that bad boy. Meanwhile, this dude. Oh, God. Well, we're about to see whether or not my laser ability worked. See? I'm already hitting him. Nice. That redirection with the blaster thing is pretty much badass. Let's see, resilience initiated, plus blaster deflect, minus many opponents. Nice. Okay, cool. I didn't even realize that that's the way those forms worked.
What is it?
Never mind what it is. Okay. Murray. Yeah, I know. Arctic, I was clicking on things and he's just standing there like an idiot. They mentioned that as being one of the issues with this game sometimes. You're like, come on, man. Oh, hey, what's up, Derp? Congratulations, dude. Now you get to move on and do Arkham City, which is... I loved Asylum. Asylum was great, but I think you'll find that Arkham City is even better. They're both really solid, though. For those of you who haven't already, definitely check out both Optic Nerve Productions, obviously you should be following for sure, and also definitely check out Durbin, because he is a solid streamer. And now he has an awesome rig to run everything on, too, so he's in good shape. I know, right, Arctic? I'm like, you can do it! Oh, man. That's cool. I still haven't done the DLC for that. Not the DLC. DLC for Arkham City yet, so I have to do that at some point. I never heard of that one, Optic. Oh, no, actually, I think I have heard of Etrian Odyssey. Never played it, though. Rap. What the hell? My favorite book when I was a child was The Hobbit, Lego, by Goodway. Master Gearhead, definitely. The Hobbit was one of the books that got me. My father read it to me when I was younger, and I read a lot as a kid, and The Hobbit was one of those books that really just fired up my imagination. Like, so. And now I write fantasy. Who would have thought it? I should be a bard. You can defeat these droids. You can defeat these badass droids. It's got a certain ring to it. It was, but it mostly outsourced it to Obsidian, Murray. So Obsidian did most of Knights of the Old Republic 2. And here's the problem with Obsidian, okay? Obsidian is working on Project Eternity right now, I believe. Here's the thing with Obsidian. Obsidian has great concepts for games. Obsidian would not know coding if it bashed them in the face. They have no idea how to code a game, and I say that as someone who knows very little about computer coding at all. But I have never found someone who knows computers or computer coding who thought that they did a good job with coding. They have no idea what they're doing with coding. So that's what happened with Coder 2. They got rushed, and they put out a game where the thing was buggy as all hell. Now it's been fixed where it works really well, but it's like Bethesda, where Bethesda's like, have an awesome game, and you're like, but there's all these bugs, and they're like, but the community, and the community fix it, you know what I mean? So, I should sing in Italian in the operatic style. Batte que droida, batte que droida. Yeah. Poetry bonus +1 damage. What's up, Darth Lab 1? Yeah, I like the Mass Effect trilogy a lot. I agree. Inactive. Okay, why the hell are you telling me about it then? Try deactivating these droids first. That's the way it goes usually. Zap! Aw, yeah. I love the fact that you get experience for doing that. I love that. It's such a D&D thing, where it's not just about killing them with combat, but doing other things. There's no other way to get in there? Well, I destroyed some droids anyway. Oh, nice, Durbin. Yeah, I did both of those, man. I still have Assassin's Creed Revelations to do. I haven't done that one. The Vatican was on Alderaan. I don't know, Optic, do you see anything on the ceiling? Because... Yeah, that's true, Murray. Oftentimes, that's true. Right, so that's what they need to do. They need to put together Obsidian for the story. They need to put together Bethesda for the world. And then they need to get coding from, like... Not Blizzard. Who's a badass coder? So, like, who's the best coding company out there? Like, companies that really code really tight games that aren't super buggy. That's funny, Arctic. Peo Hezo Domine Droides Rec Requiem Zap. Oh, Monty Python. I think I'm still fairly early, Zader. I'm still on Talos, so I think I'm still fairly early. Yeah, Optic, yeah. Naughty Dog. Yeah, I think they probably code pretty good stuff. I mean, there's always going to be a couple of bugs, but not many. So, so saith the wise Alondo. Let's see. What about Cory Doctorow? Good writer. Do I still have... Okay. He's still with me. Yeah, there you go, Optic. See, I was looking for a more modern one, though. I think New World Computing is not available anymore, you know? So I was looking for a more modern example.
Let's go. Let's get this over.
Yeah, Durbin. Some people, there's been a couple of those freezes on occasion. I am streaming in 720p, which was based on... This new XSplit beta is really pretty cool. They did a lot of updating, and it basically scans stuff ahead of time. So it optimized the servers and all that stuff, too. So yeah, I thought about it, Zader. The problem is, here's the thing about the Elder Scrolls games for me. I know this is going to be sacrilege for Demiser, who's been wanting me to play Oblivion pretty much as long as he's known me, but the problem is that I have the same problem with almost every Bethesda game, and Skyrim is the first one where I felt it the least. And that is, the games always start out super awesome for me. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. And then I just don't... I get bored with them. Like, say, Arena, Daggerfall, Morrowind. I'm always like... I'm like, it's awesome, and then I'm like, it just feels very similar to me, I think, you know? I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know what it is, Durbin. It's like, I don't know, it's crazy. So I've thought about it, Zader, but I just always come back to like, I don't know. Whoa, who the hell are you? Oh, damaged HK protocol droid.
This droid has been damaged and does not appear to be functional.
We'll activate him. Program droid to follow me. He will follow me. Now I got a whole crew. Can I fix you? Okay. What if you streamed it with those, whatchamacallit? What if you streamed it with... Oh, God. With those... What's that thing that you can do in Morrowind? What? What the crap? Why did it just do that? Okay. So much for my effective fixes on the... that was really weird, right? Like, I fixed him, he's like, let me just blow up. I'm like, okay. I don't know, Zader, that's weird. What was I gonna say? I was gonna ask you guys whether or not you could, for Morrowind, what's that thing where you can cross the map in like 5 minutes? There's some like flying exploit or something you could do. I could imagine that there could be some interesting things you could do playing with that, no? Exactly, Proxity, totally agree. They make gorgeous open worlds, but their story, I find, is like, eh. Storytelling is so-so. Whereas I think BioWare is very good with stories, and I mean, some of them, like Torment, is just crazy. Actually, I don't think Torment is BioWare, but... That's exactly right, Optic. Well, you know what it is, Duranker? What it is, I'm pretty open to a lot of these games, actually. But the problem for me is that in most of these cases, when people say a game has an amazing story, for authors, most of the time, it's okay. Like, it's an okay regular story. And Planescape Torment, which is one of my favorite games, was an exception to that, where that was just a phenomenal story straight up. Like, forget about the game side of things. And I do think it's possible to tell great stories in games, but it's not easy. I thought Mass Effect had a good story. Not an amazing story, but good. And Baldur's Gate, I think, especially Baldur's Gate 2, has a good, if not an amazing story. So that's why I'm so psyched about Torment, because I think Torment is going to be pretty wild. So, Arkham City had a good story. So, you know, just depends. Yeah, so that's kind of the way I usually feel about those things. And as July 25th, I should mention this, by the way, for those of you who are new to the stream, first of all, welcome. If you like what you see in here, please follow. And I will mention to you and everybody else that on July 25th, I'm going to be running Shadowrun Returns. That's the release date for the game. And I have confirmed that on the stream that night with me will be John Helfers, who is the head editor. He's the manager of the Shadowrun Literature line, the managing editor of the Shadowrun Literature line, and Jason Hardy, who's the managing director of the RPG line. And I'm trying to get Jordan Weissman, who actually created Shadowrun. I can't promise him yet, but those other two are definite. And in a future stream after that, I'm going to get Jen Brozek, who has the lead story in the Shadowrun Returns anthology, which comes with the game if you pre-ordered it. So you should definitely check out that. That's going to be on July 25th. If you want to ask questions about the game or about the Shadowrun universe specifically, you should tune in then.
Yeah?
Yeah? What? Been disabled. Why? I bet it's not going to stay disabled. Yep, Shadowrun. Sounds neat. What's Shadowrun? Don't you troll me. I know you know very well how awesome Shadowrun is, how much you love Shadowrun Optic.
What's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a cool character for sure. I hope that it's been deactivated by me and not by some random other person. Watch, I guarantee I'm not going to be able to get through this door because this thing is going to be like, you need to go to the sub-level to fix this. And we're like, really? Yep, the Sega Genesis one, yeah. See, now that's open with those droids. Oh, now they're all, see? Yep. That, oh god. That thing looks scary. See, now they all came to life, of course. Of course, I could have called that. See, that's annoying that I couldn't deal with it first. Because I knew that was going to happen. Yep, called it. Always happens. Exactly, Duranka. Well, it's always the way, right? Like, you pass through these areas, and it's like, these things are all deactivated. I wonder why. And then once you're inside the whole freaking base, then you're just like, alright, well, now you gotta go all the way back out. You're like, great. Of course. Coder 2 is solid. Yeah, a lot of people have said good things about the Old Republic, especially if you want to play, like, a single-player game. Because a lot of people say that Star Wars: The Old Republic is not a great multiplayer. It's not a great MMO, but it's a great single-player game, is what I've heard a lot of people say. I'm gonna save this under something else. Build, I write fantasy and science fiction. Not a lot of science fiction. I write speculative fiction, so I mostly write fantasy. The third sign is an epic fantasy. The short story that you see in there is another kind of fantasy. I write epic fantasy, some dark fantasy, some high fantasy. So basically different kinds of high fantasy, or of fantasy. I also write both in cookbooks. That's Bothan for, yes, I sure do. I kind of made that up, but just want to check here first and see. Can't be opened. Okay, well, there you go then. Only took a month. It's a single-player MMORPG. Yeah, see, that's what I had heard. I'm really glad that I took out those droids over here. I still got that big droid to deal with, though. Yeah, see, I already blew these guys up. You'd think that the droids would be active beforehand. Like, what good is it? Like, what if I went to the reactor to shut it down and they're like, wait, we gotta go take care of it? Wouldn't they be security before I even arrive? You know? Dark fantasy, it's sort of like, gritty, fantasy. Sort of like, well, I would say that I would say that Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin stuff, is kind of a cross between, not epic fantasy, really, high fantasy and dark fantasy. If you've ever read anything by Joe Abercrombie, that's dark fantasy. You could argue that Elric of Melniboné, or Melniboné, I guess it's pronounced, by Michael Moorcock, is sort of between dark and high fantasy. So it's sort of a gritty, darker world. And my third novel, Greyshade, is sort of set in that universe. It's about a religious assassin. The little log line for it is, what if Jason Bourne were trained in 13th century Rome in the ways of sonic magic? So... Duranker. Yeah, I heard about Cube World, but I don't know a whole lot about it. Datapad contains the ignition code for the orbital shutter in the underground hangar. Well, that's useful. Yeah. That's probably, now that depends, Zader. Sometimes that can be epic fantasy. Sometimes that can be dark fantasy. Sometimes it can be what we call low fantasy, which is stuff where you're dealing with basically, like, you know, the poor, the impoverished, or like maybe the political movers and shakers, but not the leaders per se, you know, like more the sort of people who kind of, you know, are in the trenches, one might say. But I don't know that there's a specific genre for it, because politics crosses over a lot of things. For example, as Optic knows, in The Third Sign that I wrote, that's an epic fantasy, but there's a lot of political machinations going on in that book. So I'm not sure that there's a specific class. There are some fantasies just called political fantasy. Sure, Optic. Well, the basic term for that is urban fantasy. Most of the time, that's what urban fantasy is classified as, a sort of real-world type of fantasy. Like, if you like Xanos' favorite books, the Dresden Files, Jim Butcher, that's that tends to be kind of urban fantasy. So, it's interesting, Rap. Probably high fantasy, even though... Well, again, sort of like high and dark fantasy could be combined. But I'm not sure how gritty, actually, Philip Pullman is. Maybe more high fantasy, I'd say. But yeah, he's a good writer, definitely. And, like, the problem is, too, that a lot of these genres blur. Like, for instance, Steven Erikson writes a lot of books that, you know, he would certainly define them as epic fantasy, and it's probably true. But there's a lot of darkness in his books, for sure. So some things kind of mix as well. Yeah. Sorry I can't be more definitive, but sometimes it's actually hard to determine the difference even within a genre. So... And the biggest seller by a good way in fantasy, the two big drivers of the fantasy market, are epic fantasy and urban fantasy. High fantasy doesn't particularly sell. You know, sort of a lighter, sort of humorous fantasy generally doesn't sell unless it's by Terry Pratchett, and that's because Terry Pratchett is awesome. But so, yeah. Yeah, no, but the Wheel of Time is definitely epic fantasy, for sure. The Wheel of Time is definitely epic. That's why I'm saying the genres cross over. But basically, it's a political fantasy, or it's more oriented towards political or dark fantasy if it spends most of its time on the politics. But the Wheel of Time doesn't do that. I mean, it has politics in it, a lot of them, but it doesn't focus on politics. It really is focusing on Rand and the whole, you know, the Aes Sedai and all those characters, right? Like, that's what it's doing, so... Electric Church. I'm not familiar with that, actually. Optic. Oh, wait. Alright, let's get ready for a fight, because this guy... There he is, tank droid. Nice. Down he goes. Suck it, tank droid. No problem. Wha-pow. What's up, Love Shack?
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
I hear you.
TheElectricChurch.com. Okay, cool. I will definitely check that out. Cheese grater with mounted turrets. You know another guy who writes epic fantasy, but which is sort of crosses over into political or dark fantasy, is a guy named David Anthony Durham, who wrote a series. I don't remember what the name of the series is, but the first book is called Acacia. That's very much in that ballpark as well. Same thing with N.K. Jemisin. Her first book was called The 100,000 Kingdoms. That's also in that same kind of mode. So it looked like it said it was a tank droid, so I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Hey Parker, what's going on, man? What's the backstory? Duranker, I can't tell you yet. If I told you that, I would be giving it away. You will just have to listen in for more, my friend. And then I promise I'll give you some bits of the backstory when everything is done and finished, but I can't tell you now. That's like a magician telling his tricks. So I can't talk about it yet, but I will in the future. Yeah, sorry, man. Just check and make sure there's nothing in here. See? This is why I checked. Spoiler, Icarus happens. Whoa, that was a little matrixy. Yes, I will definitely do that. Yes, for sure. I still have to highlight the Baldur's Gate stream too. There were some fun things that happened in that one. But yes, I am going to highlight that. And as I say, I'm going to be reading at least a chapter, possibly sometimes two, but it'll usually be a single chapter before every not before every stream, but probably before most of them. And then, as I say, about halfway to 2/3 of the way through, I'm going to be involving chat with a discussion about a writing project on this that I'll need you for. Ooh, Dark Jedi Knight robe. Got to check that out in a second. So, yeah, I will be doing that. Yeah, see, I didn't get that far in it. I've actually interviewed, I know Nora pretty well, Roarsong. She lives in New York City, and I've interviewed her on my show Speculate. But I never read past the 100,000 Kingdoms. I like that book. I just haven't had a chance. I'm so busy reading a ton of stuff, I didn't have a chance to read it, so I have not seen that stuff. And The Killing Moon, I think, is her new series, right? Isn't that the new one that came out? So, yeah, sure, Parker. Yep, no, definitely no problem. That is what I will do. Let's see. Defense bonus 2, regenerate force points 1, designed for those who relish personal combat and know that power comes to those who take it. These robes offer good protection, though hindrance to movement. It's probably not going to be good as what I've already got, honestly. Defense bonus 5, dexterity bonus plus 4, blah, 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 blah. Does not restrict use. Yeah, no. My awesome, whatchamacallit is still... I'm not going to switch it up for that. However, she... That's different for her. Of course, she looks the same because, I guess, because why not? Killing Moon, Majora's Mask, yeah. What do you mean, oh, Arcanum in the future? You're talking about Shadowrun? I mean, you know, Optic certainly knows a lot about it too. Shadowrun is basically like cyberpunk with magic. So think about like, you know, it's set in 2050 something in Seattle. So picture like near future like The Matrix, but where there's elves and orcs, basically. I'm going good, Proxity. To Meiser. Well, you know what it is it's not just writing what you know, it's writing what your heart connects you to, which is one way of saying that you have to write what you believe in, what speaks to you. You have to write about a moment that really matters. And if you can do that, you will connect with your audience. So it's sometimes a misnomer, or not a misnomer, it's sometimes a misapprehension to say, oh, write what you know. It's sometimes like, write, you know, it's not about write what you know, it's write about what you really care about, basically. Yeah, I don't know what the heck is going on with this green guy, man. Oh yeah, Duranker. Sounds good. My wife's family is from Seattle. I've been out there a fair bit. Dragon is from Seattle. You should ask him if there's any elves and orcs out there. I haven't seen them when I've been out there. Why can I not get into this shuttle? There we go. I thought I did... Okay, what the hell? I did open the hangar doors. Why? I don't understand. Really a little confused. Oh, no problem, Demiser. I don't want to kill the green guy. I just want him to leave me alone. If Redneck's classifies orcs. He really will not take a hint, it's true. Oh, okay, now I can get her to do this.
I hear you.
I'm glad you hear me. There we go. There we go. Okay, now, I need to figure out how to open up this thing. Actually, before I do that, let me upgrade the Dark Jedi Knight robe. Guess I cannot. Shoot. Okay. That's gaming logic. Yeah, I know. That's true, Arctic. Well, what I'm trying to figure out is I'm trying to figure out how to open those doors, and I don't understand. I mean, unless maybe I opened this door? But see, I went there first. That's what I don't get. I gotta open these doors, but I thought I did that. And I started the reactor. Oh, wait. Maybe I have to go back to... Okay, wait a minute. I know what I have to do. I had forgotten. I forgot that there's a whatchamacallit right off this hallway here, over here. This is where I do it. That's funny, Love Shack. Noober had it coming. Heya! Oh, Noober. Now I can unlock these things.